originally from Philly, moved to Atlanta, and your DJ crew. That's where you got the name.
The Phillies. Yep.
And I know how many are from Philly. A few are from Philly.
Originally it was probably like 4 or 5.
Is that right?
Yeah. So it was me, Sense, Cannon, my man Ox, and Jamad. You know, everybody had all different Philly.
Oh, okay, dope. So those are the original ones, and then you just added on to it?
Yeah, we just added on. We always kind of kept it kind of small, you know, as far as the DJ crew situation, because, you know, we're kind of with family, you know what I mean? And just, you know, it was really, we started as, we were hanging out doing what we was doing already.
Right,
you know what I mean? So it only made sense for us to, you know, kind of come and do it. I mean, to be honest, we was part of another crew called the Super Friends, and you know, we kind of learned from them, and you know, at the time we weren't meshing all together. Shout to those guys, you know what I'm saying? Definitely doing their thing, and you know, it just gave us the idea and the opportunity to go ahead and start our own type of situation.
Kind of just branched off.
Exactly.
Oh, that makes sense, definitely. I definitely heard of Super Friends.
No, most definitely. Shout out to homie Marge and Trauma and Doc. No, Atlanta's got a long, extensive history, man, with DJs now, and you know, of course, the music and everything. So it's really good to, you know, to see the city still progressing and being, you know, on top, really. Right.
I think a lot of people don't know that. You know what I'm saying? Like when I sold mixtapes in the '90s, I used to sell a lot at Earwax.
Yep.
In Atlanta.
Exactly.
And,
exactly.
That's how I met JC.
Yep. Exactly.
Back in the days, I met him at like one of the rap sheet conferences. You know what I'm saying? And I had put some exclusives on it. I guess he called profile and was like, yo, how did B-Mello get this? Whatever it was, like Camp Low or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, wow, that was you.
That's crazy,
you know,
right?
JC, and now it's like, you know, I kept up with him since then. So
that's crazy. Nah,
when he told me about affiliates, I was like, oh, okay.
Same thing, man. I had seen JC DJ in the clubs for years, and you know, it's a lot of DJs in Atlanta putting in a lot of work, man. It's a good city, man. You know, and then my man Green Lantern just moved out there.
Is that right?
Yeah, he got on the radio out there. So,
dope.
It's crazy for me to watch the mixtape game almost feel like it lives in the A.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you know, I came up in a time when, you know, and of course, you know, there were years even before I got there with Edward J and DJ Smurf, who's now College Park, who South Soulja Boy and everything. But when I was coming up, Big DJ Jelly, you know, that was it. You know what I'm saying? When it came to the A, you know, you went to get your Camp tape and your Jelly tape. They had the streets on Smash. You know what I'm saying? Those guys still do their thing, and that was it. And nobody ever even wanted to give them a run for their money. You know what I mean? It was just when it came to the mixtapes in the streets, hand it over. So, you know, when I was coming up, you know, I kind of came in a different lane, and now to see the whole game, you know, be influenced by that, and I definitely take some credit for that. You know, it's a good thing to see. You know what I mean? Right.
So honestly, you not only changed the Atlanta mixtape, you know, the scenery, you changed the entire mixtape scenery. You know what I'm saying? And basically broke a lot of Atlanta artists. I'm not sure how many people know, but let's talk about like Tip, early mixtapes from him. You know what I'm saying? When did you start doing those?
I met Tip like 2000.
Okay.
When he first got his deal. I'm Serious hadn't even, the song with Beanie Man wasn't even out yet. His manager Jason Jeter called me about he had a song called 2 Glocks 9 with Beanie Siegel.
Oh yeah.
Remember that?
I had that on the mixtape.
Exactly. So that was when I first met Tip. Tip came to the crib, did a freestyle, you know, say King of the South. From day one I met him, when he left, I said, yo, this man's crazy, man. You know what I mean? So me and Tip was kind of coming up at the same time. He dropped his first album. I was really doing my thing in the streets, and a lot of you know, our early bond was even through me and Jay Jeter, because you know, Jay was from up top as well, so he was really paying attention, and they was doing a mixtape grind. So you know, after that first album, you know, didn't have the success nationally or through Arista, you know, he went back to the mixtape grind, and I was doing the same thing, and we kind of, what happened was, I think I had you know, Tip was on a lot of early Gangsta Grills, but around Gangsta Grills 7 or 8, Jay came to me like, yo, the last tape, you know, it was cool, but I got this idea. Let's do a whole, you know, Grand Hustle type of project. So I was like, yeah, cool, I'm with it. And at the time, you know, 50 and M and, you know, Who Kid and Green Lantern were really, and amongst a whole bunch of people, Slay and what have you, were really doing the artist formula up top. So doing that with Tip kind of gave me the opportunity to do what what I had been following, you know. So I didn't reinvent the wheel, you know what I mean. I added my own spice to it, and I brought it to the South, and that, from there, that's kind of where, you know, that first tip tape is where the Gangsta Grills is what it is today, you know, came from. And it just seemed like from that, you know, I remember Bun calling me, and you know what I mean, he saw early, and then, you know, Jeezy tape, the first tape I did for Jeezy was probably the first tape I ever got paid for.
Is that right?
Yeah, the first tape I ever got paid for, because you know, even though with Tip and you know, at the time he was still a known artist, you know. Right. I mean, we definitely came up together and was doing our thing, and with Jeezy, you know, Jeezy came, and I remember me and him and Coach going to sit down and eat lunch, and he was like, listen, I got the idea, I got the formula, I see what you doing, the streets love you, let's put it together. So, you know, we did the tape, and then, you know, that popped off. So it was just like every project I was doing was really just gaining more and more momentum. And I used to challenge myself and be like, man, how can I top this? And, you know, I was able to accomplish on some situations.
Definitely. So you parlayed it into, obviously, the record deal, and some official album. Yeah. Not even mixtape.
Most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? With Rich, let's talk about that. Like,
big.
You, how many you got into?
Yep, 2 albums. Working on the 3rd.
And let's drop some of the names. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people have them.
Outkast, T.I., Willie the Kid, Lotta Dark, Akon, Snoop, Marsha Ambrosius, Nas, Scarface, Freeway, Lil Wayne, Lil Scrappy, Bun B, Jim Jones, Rick Ross.
Wow.
No, we going for days, man.
Tons of styles,
and that's just 2 albums, man. You know what I'm saying? So the next one is crazy. The album situation is a beautiful thing. It's, you know, just kind of taking the mixtapes, you know, from TV to the movies.
Right. Exactly. It's the next step. So, do you have a date, release date?
No, I don't have a release date yet, man. I'm just working at the moment.
Right. It's on your own label.
It's on Atlantic Grand Hustle.
Okay, word. That's what's up. All right, let's talk about why you're out here.
Okay,
Seattle.
Most definitely.
I know you got the flyer over there.
Yeah, but this is going to be big, man. You know, it's going down. I haven't been out here for like 2 years, so when I got the phone call, you know, I knew that it was going to be something special. So tonight, Fremont Studios, Brandon Roy, Trey Simmons.
Yeah.
It's crazy birthday party. It's definitely going to be serious. My man Jamal Crawford, Nate Robinson, I'm in the building. You know what I mean? Shout out to Art Entertainment, Kicks and Tees. They doing their thing. It's going to be fun, man. We're going to have a good time.
And the Fremont Studios, that venue is crazy.
Now I got to go see it. They told me.
Right. Yeah. You're going to love it.
So we're going to drink good. We're going to party good. We're going to rock out and have a good time.
You're going to get it in. You got a busy weekend. You hop right on a plane.
I'm out in the morning.
A couple other cities.
Back at it. Philly Saturday, and Toledo Sunday, New York Monday. So
wow.
The life we live, baby.
Hey, man. It's all good, though, right?
Of course.
Definitely. Let's talk about, you just came back from India.
Yeah, I was in India.
I want to know about that.
Crazy,
how was that?
Man. India was crazy. It was well, you know, India has one of the biggest populations in the world.
Right.
I mean, it's like 1 billion.
Right.
I forget how many they told me were just in Bombay. It was now called Mumbai, but it's people everywhere, just you know, in the streets. And you know, I mean, it's two sides. It's a very third world developing side, and it's very, you know, very elegant, you know, extravagant side. You know, I mean, Bollywood is crazy. I think everybody knows Slumdog Millionaire, so you know, if you're kind of familiar with that movie, that's kind of visually what India looks like, and then the culture. You know what I mean? The music is big, and Bollywood is big. I did like 3 parties. I did 3 cities. I did Bombay, I did Hyderabad, and I did New Delhi.
Okay, word.
But, you know, with the internet, you know, everybody is, it's not like people are that far behind. So, Pretty Boy Swag,
so
Waka Hard in the Paint.
Is that right?
Yeah, no, they had me going in. So, among, you know, of course, the Black Eyed Peas and Pitbull.
Right.
You know what I mean? And Lady Gaga records, but no, they wanted to hit that. You know? Yeah. So that's always crazy. You think about how small the world is.
Right.
You know, from the internet and everything. But it's a beautiful country. The food is excellent. I love Indian food, and you know that's one of the biggest blessings out of what I do is just to be able to travel and see the world.
And I saw that on Twitter at first, so I was like, wow, India,
crazy,
that's
right?
huge.
No, it's beautiful.
Definitely. So did you play some Bollywood joints?
Yep, I played some Bollywood, and then you know, I played I had a couple of them. Right. I did. You know, you got to do a little set show. You know what you're doing when you're in a town.
Right. And you do that a lot of times.
You got to.
Come through different regions.
No, you have to.
Towns.
You got to, because you got to show love. And I mean, you know, we know that is. You know, that's a jewel for you up and coming DJs, aspiring DJs. You know your crowd, know where you play for. You know what I'm saying? I'm traveling all the time, but I can't necessarily play the way I play in Philly as I may in Seattle, or, you know, vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So, got to give them you, but at the same time, you got to understand that, you know, you work for the people. You know what I mean? So you got to give the people what they want.
That's a little jewel for you, little
Most
gem.
definitely.
So have you ever got to a gig and it's totally something different than what you expect?
Have I ever got to a gig?
You know what I'm saying? Had to kind of switch up the way you were about to do it?
If it was empty, that would be something I wouldn't expect. I've had a couple janky promoters in my day. You know, I mean, you gotta.
And it's harder to rock too, right?
Yeah, it
empty
is.
Clubs?
Yeah, and it's the empty club is not even worse. I mean, what's worse than the empty club is the like semi-filled room where it's like, you know, an empty club you can just chill, and just play records. You got a semi. You know, a good 40, 60, 80 people in a room that's like 750. Then you kind of got to do something, but you like, man, it's no energy in here.
Right.
So that's probably the worst. That's worse than an empty room.
Definitely. So, what's some future plans? What you got in the works? Anything you could talk about?
I'm working on a hat situation. You know, everybody knows me for the fitted, so I got something coming with that, man. Doing a little bit of, you know, movie stuff. I had a look out for the Stomp the Yard 2, as well as this project Lil Duval is working on in Atlanta, and, you know, a bunch of mixtapes dropping. MTV Sucker Free Awards this Sunday. I'll be on there. Just been doing a lot of radio, man. Working on the syndication situation, so, you know, hopefully people will see me in a city near you real soon, and, you know, just loving life and the game and my career, my family. You know what I mean? No complaints, man.
It's definitely a blessing, and I see you still doing the mixtape.
Of course, man. You know we had to bring something through.
Definitely. You said so. Green Lantern lives in
Green's in the A a lot. Shout out to the homie Green Lantern. You know what I mean? On the road.
Jadakiss.
All the time. You know, me and Jada and Green went in on that. You know what I'm saying? New Gucci mixtape, T.I. mixtape. Look out for the new Yo Gotti. So we working, man.
Just keeping it
That's
pushing.
it.
Definitely. Well, I appreciate it.
Most definitely,
coming
man.
through. DJ Drama, Studio 93, KUBE 93.
Holla at us.
B-Mello.